7 students were suspended from Vanderbilt University after occupying the lobby of the Chancellor's office because the administration at Vanderbilt canceled a student BDS referendum. That was a lot of gibberish, but let me explain it. So BDS stands for Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions Against Israel. So students were calling on the university to divest and boycott the state of Israel. They held this little sit-in where they yelled at the chancellor for canceling their kind of borderline anti-Semitic event. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
And the police officers are standing by like puppets.
Shame on you!
Puppets!
Even Jack.
Yeah.
Who wants to leave?
You're protecting a terrible man. I hope you know that. You're protecting a terrible man.
So in that video, they're actually yelling at police officers, and they start yelling at one police officer in particular because he's black. So you can hear in the video, one of the students is going to say, "You're black in America and you're not standing with the marginalized people of the world." Their tiny brains literally cannot compute that people are not a monolith based on their skin color.
You are black in America, and you're not standing with the marginalized people of the world. What does that make you? What does that make you? A coward!
Coward!
Shame.
Free Palestine!
And in case you don't already think these kids are a bunch of whiny weenies, that's the only way I can explain this, they willingly went into this building to protest. No one forced them. And then the police barred them from exiting because if they did exit, they would be arrested. So they can either exit and get arrested or stay in there, which was their decision. And so the kids called 911 because one girl, I shit you not, had a tampon in for a while. You have to listen to it to believe it.
Yeah, there is currently a female student who is being denied the right to change her tampon that has been in for multiple hours, which leads to an increased risk of toxic shock syndrome. So while you're saying,
I'm a female, I understand.
right, so then you should understand. Okay, what you are not hearing is that if she stands up to use the restroom to change her tampon, they are threatening arrest. So it is not an option for her.
Ma'am, you have an emergency.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
That is an emergency.
No, do you have an emergency? Not your friend that's inside. Do you have an emergency?
That is my emergency.
I
that's an
don't
emergency.
remember the time that I needed to have an emergency personally to call 911 for help.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't remember a time when it has to be a personal emergency for me to call 911 for help. I am requesting assistance, medical urgent assistance.
What I'm telling you. Okay, so you're telling me your friend in Kirkland needs an ambulance.
She needs...
Is that what you're telling me?
I love that the police officer was like, "Ma'am, I'm a woman too," and she wanted none of this. She was hella based, actually. No one sending an ambulance or like needing to call 911 because this woman has to change her tampon and she didn't think through the consequences of her dumb ass actions. These kids are so dumb and naive.